water is another natural resource which is getting polluted. You know why? Because water is a good solvent. It is a universal solvent. It can dissolve many things, which is something very good. But then the disadvantage is that even harmful components get dissolved in water, and so water does not remain clean. You know, clean water is required for so many purposes, for drinking, for cooking. Water which can be used for drinking is called potable water. Now, why water gets polluted? One reason is, if we go by causes, soaps and detergents. Many people, they take bath or wash clothes on the banks of the river or canals or other sources of water. So, all the soapy water goes into the river or the source of water, and this causes pollution. Second is fertilizers. Fertilizers are very much needed in the soil. They improve the yield of the crop, but then some of the fertilizer gets washed into the nearby water bodies. And just as fertilizers booms the crop yield, it also booms the algal growth. There is algae in water. So, because of this nitrogenous or otherwise fertilizers, they also start growing very well. And when the algae spreads in the water bodies, then how will the other aquatic organisms get oxygen? So, they start getting suffocated. In fact, after some time even algae starts dying due to lack of oxygen, and the pond which was first living becomes a dead pond, which means all the aquatic organisms have died, and when their bodies decompose, they produce foul smell, harmful poisonous gases, and air also gets polluted because of that. So, fertilizers are causing algal bloom, which is causing suffocation and death of water bodies. Then there are pesticides. You know, just like plastic and glass, pesticides are also non-biodegradable. So, when they become component or a part of water, then they are being consumed by living beings also, even by human beings, and as a result the pesticides enters the food chain, and this can also be very, very harmful. Then there is domestic waste. From our houses, whatever waste is there, that also goes into water. Industrial waste. Even a thing like hot water is very harmful for water bodies. So, hot water comes from the industries, or many kind of waste comes which can be very harmful, especially the elements like arsenic, mercury, lead. These are some of their compounds can pollute water very badly, and they can cause many diseases. And industries like dyes, leather, paint, they can cause havoc in water components. The harmful effect of water pollution is that they cause diseases. There can be many diseases which are because of polluted water. Especially in rainy season, there can be communicable diseases like jaundice, cholera, food poisoning due to polluted water. Though there is water works in every city, and they go by method of filtration, sedimentation and chlorination for making it pure, yet it is not pure enough. That is why market is flooded with filters, ROs, and also many people still believe that it is best to boil water and then use it, because water is so badly polluted. So, the effects of water pollution are many, and a typical case is that of Ganga. Ganga river is one river which is considered sacred and a religious river for India. But what has happened? Today it is the most highly polluted. Both Ganga and Yamuna are highly polluted rivers. Why? Because first of all, if there were say 10 cities on the bank of river, today there are at least 50. If we take the case of Kanpur, it has largest number of industries and all that industrial waste is going into river and that is polluting water. Then our religious ideas like throwing dead bodies, flowers and such things into water is also polluting water. So, Ganga, which was supposed to be the purest form of water which we use for all our religious ceremonies, is today actually not a good Ganga that should be worshipped unless we recover it. So, there are of course plans going on. There is a Ganga project, there is Jamuna project by which we are trying to save both these rivers and all other rivers from getting polluted. But we have to first take care of our habits. Our habits have to be such that we do not pollute water and also we obey the pollution rules. See, it is very easy to make laws, but then laws are always broken. How many people really get their pollution check done regularly? How many people try and use public transport? Or how many of us are conscious that garbage and other harmful components must not fall into water? This entire region, this Ganga which runs from north Gangotri up to Bay of Bengal in Bengal, what is happening? That all the waste has totally destroyed the sanctity of Ganga. Are we going to allow this to happen? This is the time when we need to pause and ponder and see what we are doing to our environment. And that is why so many campaigns children can do. Like children can say no to crackers, children can say no to polybags, they can stop their parents from smoking and they can also take a vow that they will not smoke or they will not have habits which can pollute our environment. And above all, never to pollute your minds. Your minds has to be full of good thoughts, respect for others, value of another human being. Why human being? Value of another life. That only we can say that our environment, our mind is clean. We are not littering. People go in best of the cars, in BMWs, drink their Pepsi or whatever soft drink and throw the bottle on roads, litter their roads. And then can we call ourselves civilized? We cannot. But I am sure your generation is going to move ahead and take a pledge that India will be as clean as any other country. We Indians only, when we go to other countries, we keep those countries clean. Then why can't we keep our own country clean? Why this does not look like other countries? It is the individuals who have to take on their responsibility. Here also same mantra: reduce, reuse and recycle. When you are purifying water, you can use chlorine tablets because chlorine is a disinfectant. However, excess of chlorine tablets can be very harmful. In fact, it also spoils the taste of water. So, when you use chlorine tablets, use them carefully.